There comes a point to me when thinking about Caitlin Clark being ranked as the 9th best guard in the league by her peers. It is either delusion or it is jealousy.
Well, now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And so recently there was a poll taken as far as the best players in the league, the rankings of the best players in the league, and they were divided up between guards and the front court. And of course, Caitlin Clark was ranked number 9 amongst her peers. And it's got a lot of people upset.
Works. If somebody hates you, other people are going to love you just because other individuals hate you. So when I think about Caitlin Clark and the dilemma she's facing currently with the W, you voted the 9th best guard by your peers, and why don't they treat you like the 9th best guard? They don't. Because there has to be some version of delusion here or some version of jealousy. They don't pick her up for full court like she's the 9th best guard. They don't blitz her after she crosses half court like she's the 9th best guard. They don't double team her like she's the 9th best guard. They don't foul her as though she's the 9th best guard. So to rank her as the 9th best guard leads me to believe it is either delusion or it is jealousy. That's
God dang, Emmanuel. Get nobody out to Ocho. I don't even think he needs anybody else on the show. He could have his own segment. He could probably go at least 2.5, 3 hours strong. And I couldn't disagree with him more. I think he's dead wrong on this one. I genuinely think that her peers don't respect her game. Now, we all know Caitlin Clark puts up a lot of numbers, but there's another player that comes to mind, and he plays in the NBA, that put up a lot of great numbers, had a winning team, broke all kind of records, but yet he didn't get the respect from his peers.
I'm gonna need some size. I'm gonna need some size and some defense in the interior. Especially with Giannis and LeBron James
Without
playing
question.
such great basketball this year. I need somebody to offset that, so I'm gonna go with Rudy Gobert.
I agree.
That worked out nicely for you.
That worked out nicely. I mean, you can't let people run through the lane and dunk all the time.
Hey, when somebody want out, you let them go. Don't let them come back. I'm with you, KD.
That's why I cut my hair off. I was like, I'm gone.
So James Harden goes to LeBron James as the final selection of the All-Star draft.
I'm between Kemba and Trae Young.
Wait, you don't want the dribbler?
So I'm gonna go with crossover killer, step back master, Kemba Walker.
I'm gonna go with the beard, James Harden.
NBA's leading scorer goes to LeBron with his last pick of the starters.
And I did a video not too long ago breaking down some of the similarities between Caitlin Clark and James Harden. And they're almost the identical player. Both players, James Harden in his prime at least, led the league in usage. Caitlin Clark, when she's playing, she leads the WNBA in usage rate. And the Indiana Fever run that 7 seconds or less offense. It's a Mike D'Antoni, 7 seconds or less offense. That means get the ball up the court, find the open person, take the shot. For the most part, that's the same offense that James Harden ran. And when you have a player of that skill, like a James Harden, like a Caitlin Clark, you're gonna have some inflated stats. And that's not to say Caitlin Clark and James Harden aren't talented, but we see what James Harden looks like when he's not in the Mike D'Antoni offense. He looks like an all-star caliber point guard. But when James Harden was running that 7 seconds or less offense, he was putting up numbers similar to Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. Every week, James Harden was breaking another record. And so his peers, other players within the NBA, they recognize this. They know the game.
I'm not a fan of in terms of winning championships. I don't think that style is ever going to win championships.
And when it came to those all-star games, they kind of let James Harden know what time it was. Yeah, you're an all-star, but you're not on the same caliber as a James Harden and a Kevin Durant. And that's kind of the same thing that these WNBA players did to Caitlin Clark. Because if we take a look at this list, I'm gonna go down it one by one. One of the things that you noticed, Caitlin Clark is the only player on this list that's not a defender. Not only is she not a good defender, she's probably one of the worst defenders in the NBA. And don't tell me about blocks, don't tell me about steals. James Harden led the league in those as well. But when it comes to one-on-one defense and having to stay in front of your man, they can't do it. And anybody who knows basketball, if you have a player out there in that perimeter that can't stay in front of anybody, that puts a tremendous strain on the rest of the team. And therefore, you got to surround that player with all the defensive help that they can get. And so Paige, rookie year, right out of Dallas, she was voted number 2 by the fans, which is interesting enough. She just came into the league as a rookie. She's not really having a great year. but the fans still voted her number 2. That's interesting. And then she was voted number 5 by the media. And then she was voted number 4 by the players. And that's about right. I would say Paige right now, she's probably in that 5 to 6 range. She's probably right there in the middle of the pack. And then of course, Caitlin Clark coming in at number 1 by the fans, number 3 by the media, and number 9 by the players. And then we go down to Sabrina. She's ranked number 5 by the fans, which is low to me, number 2 by the media, and number 2 by the players. That's exactly where she belongs. And then we go down to Alicia Gray. She's ranked number 7 by the fans. And that's nowhere close to where she should be. She's ranked number 1 in the media and number 1 by the players, where she should be. And so that just goes to show you, if you leave it up to the fans, they're going to vote Caitlin Clark number 1 no matter what kind of season she's having. And she's having a horrendous season. Lead the league in turnovers once again. She's not even playing. She hasn't even played half the games of the season, and she's still leading the league in turnovers. You can't win like that. And then on top of that, like I said, she's not a good defender. And then we got Kelsey Mitchell, one of her teammates. She was ranked number 3 by the fans. Doesn't deserve to be number 3, but of course we got the Caitlin Clark fans voting, and so she's a teammate of Caitlin Clark, and so she gets ranked number 3. The media has her number 11. The players have her number 6. I say she's probably closer to around that 7 or 8 range. And then of course we got the lovely Skylar Diggins from Seattle. The fans ranked her number 9. She's not a number 9. The media has her at 4. Players have her at 3. I think that's probably right where she belongs, right in that 3 or 4 spot. And then we got Kelsey Plum. Now Kelsey Plum is interesting right here because the fans got her at number 6. The media has her at number 6, but the players have her at number 16. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think if anything, if anybody's getting hated on right here, it's Kelsey Plum. Now she's not really having a great season by her standards, but she's not having a bad season. I don't think she deserves to be ranked number 16. And so if anybody has a right to complain, I think it's Kelsey Plum. And then going right down to Brittany Sykes, ranked number 12 by the fans, number 6 by the media, number 7 by the players. That's probably right around where she belongs. Going down to Natasha Cloud, one of my favorite players, one of the best defensive players in the league. She's ranked number 14 by the fans. That's extremely low to me. The media has her at number 8. And then of course the players have her at number 4 because the players know there's 2 sides to the game. You got to play defense. And Natasha Cloud is a defensive stopper. She's probably one of the best defensive guards in the league by far. And then of course we got Jackie Young. Jackie Young ranked number 10 by the fans, number 9 by the media, and number 12 by the players. And that's probably right around where she belongs. And so I don't think this is the players hating. I know a lot of people want to point out and say the players were hating. I don't think this is hate. I think this is the players letting everybody know exactly where they have Caitlin Clark and how they respect her game. Great offensive talent, but she's not a two-way player. She's not even having a good season this year. In the games she has played in, she's not even having a good season. And so why would they have her any higher than number 9? But that's all I got on this one. Y'all go ahead and let me know how y'all feel about it below. Go ahead and keep the debate going on down below. And as usual, peace and chaos.